Hey, very good morning, guys. Hope your week, hope your weekend went well. Good morning, Bharat. Good morning, Nilesh. Good morning, Samath. Good morning, Venkat. Good morning, Varun. Good morning, Ranjit. Good morning, Tejendra Lal Verma. Welcome to the stream. Keep it up, guys. Everyone. We'll start in 2 minutes. And keep the charts clean. Premium 41 to 1080. गलत बोल रहे हो यार. 39 से वो 1150 गया है. करेंटली 1101 पे है. ओके, तो आउट ऑफ द मनी का बोल रहा था क्या? 23,000 का. सॉरी सॉरी, माय बैड. सर, मुझे एमटीएसएल किस प्रकार ट्रेल करते हैं, प्लीज थोड़ा डिटेल में बताना. डेफिनेटली, डेफिनेटली बताएंगे. अरुंधति मैम, 70% आउट कर दीजिए, हमारा टारगेट हिट हो चुकी है. बैंक निफ्टी. क्या हो गया? नेक्स्ट फ्लो थ्रू टारगेट आके 47,750 है. निफ्टी का 19,800 है. गुड मॉर्निंग अनिरुद्ध. Okay. Hugh, this is for you also. Nilesh, hope you understood the power of Vic creations and the pressures of buying and selling. Hmm? Let's start, guys. We'll start from daily time frame. यहाँ पे लोग बैठने वाले हैं, रिटेलर्स. सपोर्ट है करके, बट वैसे होने वाला नहीं है. 72. अभी 200 पिप्स गिरेगा गोल्ड. Okay. Starting starting from daily time frame, this was our previous demand with the previous demand. ये हमारा inducement range था. ये inducement range जो allocation है, that will act as my current retracement point. उसी retracement point के साथ market ने continue किया था, continue करके carry forward 150% rejection. 150% rejection से हमारा next plan of action क्या होगा? Next plan of action will be in consideration to the previous, जो कि हमारा supply range of action था. In this scenario, this was the buying pressure. With the buying pressure, we had a break of structure, so we will be taking from the wick till the body. And retrace कितना हुआ था? जो मेरा previous supply यहाँ पे थी, उतना ही movement of allocation यहाँ पे generate होते हुए दिखी थी. उसके साथ continuity के साथ movement जो previous supply allocation है, उसका movement 100% complete हुई थी. उस 100% movement के साथ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ अलोकेशन भी दिखने को मिला था. इसके साथ व्हाट आर द मेजर थिंग्स दैट आई विल बी फॉलोइंग थ्रू? एक सेकंड गाइस, लैग हो रही है. Yes. So with this we had got our supply conversion होने के बाद मूवमेंट कितना जनरेट हुआ था? जितना मेरा प्रीवियस रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट है, उतने का ही मूवमेंट मेरे को यहाँ पे दिखने को मिली थी. उसके साथ कंटिन्यूटी में देयर वाज अ स्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड. द स्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड विल बी टेकन फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस सप्लाई, जो कि मेरा इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन में है. So that will act as my current. With the current plan of actions, market tend to take the rejection from the same point of action. जैसे ही market ने same point of action से rejection लिया, what are the next steps that I'll be following? I'll be coming down to 4 hours. In 4 hours, what are the major allocation points? Mathematical calculations will be done by you only today. So I'll not be doing, you guys will be seeing the mathematical calculation for each and every step. Okay, daily time frame 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes. All the mathematical numbers will be given by you guys. Nilesh, Samarth, Bharat, Ranjit, Varun. Okay. With that, this was my previous supply of 4 hours. ये 4 hours का previous supply के साथ retracement कितना मिला था मेरे को? जितना मेरा inducement range of action plan है, उतने का ही मेरे को यहाँ पे retracement generate होते हुए दिखी थी. उसके साथ what are the steps that I'll be following? I'll be seeing for the next movement plan of action, जो कि मेरा ये supply था. यही supply at the current stage will act as my next supply range. With the next supply range, what do we see? We see a breakthrough and allocations. With the breakthrough and allocations, what are the major steps that needs to be followed? a previous allocation point. With the previous allocation point, what are the major criteria that needs to be taken under the consideration? The major criteria to be taken under the consideration is, did the market tend to create the structure with the same following or no? With that plan of action, the previous allocation will act as my current, with the current, the continuity. We have a break of structure, so we will be taking it from the wick to the allocation point. With the allocation point, multiply it, restructure the position post the retracement. What do we see? We see a rejection from the same point of action. When we see a same rejection point, what are the next steps that we'll be allocating? The retracement point of actions. The retracement point of action at current state is this. This will act as my first point of allocation. With the first point of allocation, the next, right? With the next allocations, what do we notice? We have 100% and 200% rejections. We have a minimality created. When there is a minimality created, what are the plan of actions we'll be taking under the consideration? We'll be looking for 150% rejection. In this scenario, do we have a 150% rejection? Yes, we do have a 150% rejection. With the 150% rejection, how do we look for the previous? The previous demand will act as my current. With the current scenario of the moment, what are the next steps that I'll be looking for? The breakthrough. With the breakthrough, 200%. 200% के साथ, what are the next movement allocations? We have a rejection perspective. Yes, definitely we have a rejection perspective. We will allocate the same. With the allocation of the same point of actions, what are the next things that I'll be following through? I'll be looking for the demand allocation of the previous. With the previous demand allocation, I will allocate it to the next. With the next allocation point, what did the market tend to do? Market gave a break and created a price of action. With this price of action, I'll be looking for 150% rejection. Where did the market tend to take the rejection from? The market tend to take the rejection from 150%. Okay. So what are the next steps that we'll be looking at the current state of actions and following? We'll be looking for an allocation through the previous point of action. With the previous point of action, how do we look for a calculative prospection? We will do the 1 hour analysis. With the 1 hour analysis, what are the major things that will be followed through? Every perpetual movement will act as my current, with the current action plan, the previous allocation. Right, in this scenario, we'll start from the rejection perspectives. With the rejection perspectives, what are the major things that I'll be looking over here? The major allocations will be taken from the high point of the retracement. So in this scenario, this will be my first. With the first action point, we have a retracement, so we'll allocate it post the retracement point. With the post retracement point, what do we notice? Do we have a break in creation? Yes, we have a break in creation. With the break in creation, major setup of allocation क्या होना चाहिए? Continuity में है? Yes, definitely market is in the continuity. When there is a continuity, what is the first target? 150%. In this scenario, the 150% will be taken under the consideration of the same. With that, we have a rejection. Rejection will be taken under the perpetual of the previous last supply. So that will act as my current retracement point in this zone of action. With this zone of actions, what are the major considerations that you will be looking at? The continuity of the moment. First plan of action, जो मेरा previous demand allocated है, that will act as my next. With the next, we will look for the different allocation perspectives. With the different allocation perspectives, what do we see? We see a 200% rejection at the current state of 1 hour. With the 200% of rejections, what are the next step? Market ने यहाँ पे retrace कितना किया था? जितना मेरा previous actual point है, उतना ही rejection लेते हुए दिखी थी हमें इस point of action. उसके साथ movement allocation will be as per the previous with the previous continuity. In the continuity range में मेरे पास overall range of action था because उस समय पे we didn't had a break of structure. with the break of structure continuity. So in this scenario, what do we notice? There is a pending 100% over here. So is it a right one or a wrong one? So this will act as my current ratio perpendicular जो कि गलत होगा क्योंकि हमारा पास ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे 200% रेशियो अलोकेटेड हो चुकी है, right? Post ratio allocation, what are the movements that I'll be looking at the current stage of actions? At the current stage, जो मेरा retracement point of action है वो मेरा previous supply का होगा, जो previous supply at the current range of action में काम कर रही है, right? From this point of action 150% rejection लेना है, तो 150% rejection has been taken. What is the continuity that I could be expecting at the current stage? The previous movement of allocation could act as my new. यहाँ पे सिनेरियो ऑफ एक्शन प्लान दो ही है. So what is that? We have taken it from wick consideration, not from the body consideration. If we look in the body consideration, what will market tend to do? Market will create a gap analysis. Gap analysis मतलब जितना एक्शन प्लान मेरे को बॉडी से चाहिए था उतना एक्शन प्लान दे चुका है मार्केट, राइट? अगर यहाँ पे S2B1 सेटअप या S1B1 सेटअप क्रिएट नहीं होती है, आई विल नॉट बी इंटरेस्टेड फॉर अ लॉन्ग ट्रेड. We will be interested for a short trade because the current scenario of 1 hour pressure building is towards the short. Definitely we do have a buying pressure from 200%. It all depends in next 46 minutes market क्या करने वाला है आज के दिन के लिए, right? With that continuity, what are the major things that needs to be looked and followed through? The major allocations will be done in 15 minutes for the trade of execution. With the trade of execution, what are the current steps of execution points that we are having? Why did market tend to fall? We had a S2B2 setup. With S2B2 setup, what did the market tend to create? A mother candle, inside candle, confirmation 1, confirmation 2, break, continue. Right, with this we are having 200% of current 200 pips running. With this we will look for the next plan of action which will be towards the long. Any doubts in gold? Great. So let's move to BTC. A very good morning, Pankaj. Starting from daily time frame, we will be allocating the POI range of action. The POI range of action is taken under the consideration of the previous, and with the previous plan of actions, the allocation हम inducement range के साथ करेंगे. With the inducement range of action, what do we notice? We notice a breakthrough. ये चार्ट चेंज हो गया है क्या? सेम ही तो है. Inducement. Yes. With the inducement range of action, we have a allocation. With the allocations, what are the next step we'll be looking and following through? The next plan of action will be taken under the consideration of the previous point. With the previous point, what are the major things that we'll be looking? The major things we'll be looking for an internal liquidity point. At this current state, this is our internal liquidity point, which will act as the major with the major action plan, which is the demand zone of actions, which will be taken under the consideration. This will be our demand till the wick because we have a break of structure. With the break of structure, we will allocate it with a next S to B1 setup. With the S to B1 setup, what did the market tend to do? Market tend to create a break and continue. With the break and continue, this is my supply. With the supply, we have a rejection, which will act as my previous supply converted into the current. In this scenario, this is my retracement point. With the retracement point, my supply will act as my next zone of action. When there is a next zone of action, what did market tend to do? Market tend to break and continue. In this circumstances, we will allocate the previous. With the previous action point, we have a rejection exactly from the previous and the continuity. In this state, this is my previous demand allocation, which will act as my current. With the current allocation point, this will be the zone of action with the zone of action continuity, right? So we do have a rejection. With the rejection, there is a continuity. First plan of action will be taken under the consideration of the completion of 200%. Second plan of action will be taken under the consideration of the next. How will you look for the next plan of action under the consideration will be through the retracement point. मार्केट ने कितना रिट्रेस यहाँ पे किया जितना मेरा प्रीवियस अलोकेशन पॉइंट ऑफ स्पेक्ट्रम था that will act as my current. So my demand will get converted into supply because there is a change of character in the moment plan. With the change of character in the moment plan, what do we notice? We notice a breakthrough. With the breakthrough, we had a retracement, so we can look for a second allocation scenario, which will be my single red candle, which will act my next. In this scenario point of action, what did market tend to do? Market has closed 100%, so my next plan will be 150. So in the entire scenario, my overall 200% and my single allocation looks perfect in the same slot. With the same slot of action will come down to 4 hours. इसमें भी mathematical numbers आप लोग ही allocate करोगे and बताओगे, right? With this, what did the market tend to do? Market created a structure plan. With the structure plan, there was a break. With the break, there was a retracement allocation. In this scenario, my previous allocation was taken under my current demand plan. With the current demand plan of action, what is the movement that I'll be looking at the current state? The current state movement allocation will be as per my previous with the previous to the current conditions. With the current conditions, what do we see? We see a market exactly taking the rejection from the same point. With the same point of action, retrace कितना हुआ है मेरा market यहाँ पे जितना मेरा previous demand action यहाँ पे act किया है that will be my current location in the bearish moment. If we notice, we have a exact rejection of 200% with the 200% continuity in the breakthrough. When there is a continuity in the breakthrough, what are the next steps that I'll be looking for and follow through? Will come down to 1 hour. In 1 hour circumstances, what are the major criteria that needs to be taken under the consideration? The major criteria will be taken under the consideration of the previous. How do we look into the circumstances of that point of action? With that point of action, there are two major allocations that will be taken under the perspectives. The prospective point of action will be of the first POI range ka movement action plan. In this scenario, this is my movement which I'll be taking under the consideration because the range remains same in that zone. When the range remains same in that zone, this will act as my first indicative point. With the first indicative point, the movement allocation was taken under the part. With the taken under the part, 200% rejection. Right, with the 200% rejections, what are the major things that will be taken under the consideration of to the previous? That there will be a consideration of reallocation. Right, reallocation perspectives will be allocated through the major analysis of the next point of interest, which will be taking as my retracement. Right, in this retracement point of action in the POI range of this box, what will be the major point that will be acting at the current? The act of current point of action will be the latest point of action. The latest point of action is taken under the consideration of my current with the current 150% with the 150% rejection continuity. So in this scenario, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at? The next step of action plan will be taken under the consideration of the previous. When the previous action plan is taken under the consideration, let's come down to 15 minutes to reallocate. In the reallocation, what are the major steps that we'll be looking at the current point? क्या क्या notice करके चलना होगा हमें at this range? आज का दिन का movement action plan will be taken under the consideration. In this scenario, this is my first. With the first, we had a retracement. The retracement will be taken from the demand zone of action. उसके साथ reallocation. Why do we notice that we have taken it from the wick? Because we have a break of structure. Break of structure के साथ minimality generate हुई है. Minimality के साथ continuity 150% will be the first plan of action. Right? With the first plan of action, what do we notice? We have an exact rejection at the current state. With this current state of movement, what are the next procedures that will be taken apart? The previous supply allocation will act as my current at this range of action. So current range of action was through the previous plan. With the previous plan allocation, movement had given completely and there was a break of structure. So I'll be looking for the next. So with the next step of plan, what do we notice that market I tend to do? Market I tend to give a movement actions through the next. So with the next plan of actions, what are the movement allocations that will be taken under the consideration? The movement allocation will be taken under the consideration through the previous, with the previous plan of action 150% rejection. Okay. So this will be the plan of actions which will be taking under the considerations of today's moment. अगर त्रिशूल generate होते हुए दिखती है हमें, then we will look for the next. Else, no. Okay. So this is for BTC. Any doubts? In MC concept swings, once explain, sir, please. Definitely. Right? 4 hours levels. Okay. So we'll mark the levels of mathematical calculations in next 5 minutes after Indian sessions are completed. आज के दिन में मार्केट का एक्शन प्लान कितना होगा? इफ देर इज अ कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ द ब्रेक थ्रू इन नेक्स्ट 1 hour वी नीड ए ब्रेक. अगर 1 आवर में ब्रेक आता है, कंटिन्यूटी में स्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड आउट होता है, देन द मार्केट विल कंटिन्यू द फॉल, else the market will remain in the same pure range of today's candle. The only circumstances within next 1 hour we need a drop, or in next 1 hour we need a upward movement. Same with bank nifty. ये जो तीन लाइन ऑफ कंडक्ट है, तीन लाइन ऑफ कंडक्ट को ब्रेक करना है till this point at least. If it breaks this level of 49,000, then the market will continue the rally next till 48,600. Okay. So this is the plan of action for today's movement actions of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Any doubts you guys are having, please let me know. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन भरत का था। भरत, अलोकेशन बहुत सिंपल है यार एमटीएसएल का। जस्ट फॉर एन एग्जांपल, आपने एक सेटअप में ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट किया है, ठीक है। इन दिस सिनेरियो विल टेक S1 B1, सॉरी S2 B2। यहाँ पे थर्ड कैंडल में आपका एग्जीक्यूशन हुआ है, ठीक है। एट फर्स्ट प्लेस सिस्टम में 4 पॉइंट्स की एसएल लगाओगे, राइट। यहाँ पे आपने एसएल लगाई 4 पॉइंट्स की। उसके बाद मार्केट ने, आप जो पे एंट्री लिए थे उस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन से मार्केट ने 60.6 पॉइंट्स की मूवमेंट दी, राइट। यहाँ पे आपने 4 पॉइंट्स की एसएल रखा है, राइट। जब आप 4 पॉइंट्स की एसएल यहाँ पे रखे हो, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप आपको जो फॉलो करके चलना है? जैसे ही 6 पॉइंट्स पार होके सस्टेन होती है मार्केट में, आपको सिस्टम ट्रेलिंग करना है सीटीसी प्लस 1 पॉइंट, ओके, जो कि 10 पिप्स होगी। विद द 10 पिप्स एक्शन प्लान, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शंस व्हिच विल बी टेकन अंडर द कंसिडरेशन? एमटीएसएल, राइट। सो यहाँ पे आपने रख दिया सिस्टम पे सीटीसी प्लस 10 पिप्स। विद द सीटीसी प्लस 10 पिप्स मार्केट कंटिन्यूड द रैली। विद द कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ द रैली 6 पॉइंट्स के ऊपर सस्टेन होता है, तो आप एक ट्रेंड लाइन ड्रॉ करके रख लो, राइट। इसके साथ माइंड में कैलकुलेट करके चलो कि लाइक ओके, ये ट्रेंड लाइन के नीचे जब क्लोज होगा मैं एग्जिट करूंगा, वरना मैं इसे कंटिन्यू करते चलूंगा टिल द मैथमेटिकल नंबर, राइट। एवरी सेकेंड पॉइंट, 6 पॉइंट्स होने के बाद एवरी सेकेंड पॉइंट योर सीटीसी विल मूव 2 पॉइंट्स, right? MTSL will move 2 points. So that will be your trailing perspectives in the current scenario of the markets. So this is trailing. From 4 point, only your first three candles will act as your 1:1 ratio. Post that, everything will be under 1:10 ratio. So Nifty is S2B1 setup, sir. Is it right? यहाँ पे अभी सेटअप क्रिएट हुआ ही नहीं है निफ्टी में अभी तक। अगर ये ब्रेक होके कंटिन्यूटी में आता है देन S2B1 सेटअप होगा। ओके भरत, और किस किस का डाउट था? वो एक ही डाउट है क्या? सो वी हैव टू गो फॉर लॉन्ग इन गोल्ड। वो मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, आप आइडेंटिफाई करो वेंकट। ऑडियो क्लियर, वीडियो लैग, क्या बात कर रहे हो? सच में? प्लेबैक इंक्रीज कर लो। आप लोग अभी तक मैथमेटिकल नंबर्स नहीं बताए हो, क्या कर रहे हो? जल्दी बताओ। Anirudh, how is it going on? वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज कर लो। क्वालिटी हाई रख लेना, वॉल्यूम क्लियर आएगी, वॉइस। पूरा शेयर करो, एक ही साथ करूंगा। फोर आवर्स, 1 hour 15 minutes, तीनों चाहिए। गुड मॉर्निंग अंबिका, यूर लेट। 1000 points in BTC ID, 10,000 points in swing. Great. बने रहो, ट्रैप हो गए रिटेलर्स. अभी अभी जो आएगा मूव, that will be a good one. Four more minutes. BTC 4 hours and 1 hour coming out to be the same swing high. 88,500 swing low. Retracement. No, गलत देख रहे हो. Please redo it again. चलो guys. सबको ट्रैप किया है यहाँ पे. Beautiful. एक चीज याद रखना, डेली टाइम फ्रेम पे बीटीसी क्या कर रहा है देख लो एक बार, उसके बाद लॉन्ग के तरफ बैठना. सेलिंग प्रेशर, सेलिंग प्रेशर, सेलिंग प्रेशर. राइट, बाइंग प्रेशर मार्केट में है ही नहीं. प्लीज डोंट लुक टुवर्ड्स बाइंग साइड एट द करंट स्टेज. टिल 68,900 the trade will be towards short. Keep that in mind everyone for BTC. Am I clear over here? Nilesh, redo it. That's not the swing. जिनको भी सेटअप समझ में आया है, you guys will understand what setup is this. Okay, 1 hour guys. If this 1 hour continuity में दिखा ना, you can see a one more beautiful fall with this big gap down. You will see the movement. Doesn't matter how big the gap down is. That's the beauty of the markets. One more minute guys. अगर इस जोन में ओवर ट्रेड कर रहे हो ना, उड़ा देगा आपका कैपिटल को. जो जो यहाँ से बैठे हो, जो जो यहाँ से बैठे हो, वो लोग बने रहो ट्रेड में, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट बीच में जो ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए देख रहे हो, सतर्क हो जाओ. This to be one setup. That's right, Samar. I have not checked yet. किसी का भी चेक नहीं किया हो. I'm waiting. सब आ जाता है तो BTC गोल्ड सबका एक शॉट में जब आएगा तभी हम देखेंगे, उससे पहले नहीं. But definitely I will help you out. गलत है या सही है, that I will keep you posted. मंडे है, पेशेंसफुली ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट करोगे तो 300 पिप्स के ऊपर आज टारगेट्स मिलने वाले हैं. पेशेंस इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट, याद रख लेना। यहाँ पे भी सेलिंग प्रेशर नहीं है, बाइंग प्रेशर नहीं है, सेलिंग प्रेशर है। सतर्क हो जाओ। अगर स्मॉल ट्रेड ऑफ एक्शन देखना है, so this will be your first demand. With the demand continuity, with the continuity of the demand break, with the break, what is the next step that you will be looking for? A next allocation point. With the next allocation point, what has market tend to do? Market has taken a retracement. With the retracement perspective, action plan of to the previous will be your current. With the current action plan, the continuity of the break. Yes, Samarth, I got it that you have shared it for gold. I'm waiting for BTC as well. Wait, let the BTC level also come, then we will do it together. Good morning, Santosh. In gold, when we start looking for the current reallocation, I mean, are the criterias? What are the criterias? In gold, when we start looking for the current reallocation, I mean, what are the criteria to look for the next reallocation in the current scenario? Which is right place to enter the long. Long क्यों देख रहे हो? Wait करो ना. Understand the pressure. Pressure is selling, right? If we have a proper setup of reallocations, then only we'll be looking for the next trade off plan, right? Not prior to that. So we'll wait for the right prospectival actions. Right prospectival actions मतलब एक setup create होने दो. उस setup के साथ ही we'll look for the next, not prior to that. Okay? Gold 15 minutes. Okay. सबका जवाब मिलेगा. BTC का भी लेवल्स आ जाने. ओके. Five more minutes, guys, on the candle closing. 4 hour swing, great for BTC. 1 hour swing. Nilesh, 15 minutes as well. One more minute on the candle closing, guys. सर्कुलेटिंग सप्लाई आइडेंटिफाई करो सभी लोग. Where are the circulating supplies? Right? So majorly working on that will be the first perspective of yours. Rest all is secondary. Nilesh, 15 minutes level for BTC. Great, guys. So let's start now. So Samarth ne humko gold diya hai. So he sent it first. So we'll start with that allocation. Then we'll look for the next. In the scenarios of first perspectives, what are the major allocations that he has shared? So starting from 4 hours. So looking in perspective of 3167. 3167.835. Okay, great. 4 hours. Then we will look for the next, which is swing low 3054.19. Okay, what is the retracement? 3135.665. What is the values? 2951.78. Okay, and what is the second value? Intermediate 2908.35. 75. Yeah, your 4 hours is good. Great. So next we'll come down to 1 hour. One, two, 1 hour levels क्या है? Coordinates. Retracement point is 3087.935. Okay. With that, what is the next retracement point? Swing low is 3054.19. Let's come to 1 hour. गलत है. Samarth, work on your 1 hour. 1 hour is wrong of yours. Please work on it. So let's look for 15 minutes. Swing high is at 3136.775. Okay. Swing low is at 3069.445. Okay. Retracement point is 3087.935. Okay. Targets 2978, 2952. Okay. Your golden ratio target is hit. So what will be your plan of action, Samath? Your plan of action will be in the next perspective of reallocation, correct? Reallocation matlab your swing low will come down. Sorry, your swing high will come down, your swing low will go down, your retracement will come up here. So your 1 hour and 15 minutes is wrong. So we will look again post you share it back. ठीक है तब तक के लिए no. So 15 minutes. So let's come down to Nilesh. For us. One, two, three. What's your swing high? 88765.40. Okay. What's your swing low? 81278.5. Okay. What's your retracement? The retracement is 88500. It's 4 hours is wrong. Let's come down to 1 hour. In 1 hour perspectives, your swing high is at 88,500. Great. Your swing low should be 81211.2. Your retracement point is 84720. Okay. Your 1 hour is right, but your 4 hours is wrong. Let's come down to 15 minutes. Fifteen minutes swing high is at 88,500. Swing low is at okay. Okay, 15 minutes is wrong. Nilesh, please work on it again. Santosh, hope you understood, right? It made everyone sit in perspectives of to the previous, trapped all the retailers, wherein the selling means the market is allocating you towards the selling side with the selling pressure, wherein everyone sat towards the long, right? In this perspective, what will happen? The people will tend to blow their accounts. So always you should have the patience. You should be in the directions of the market, not against to it. Okay, Santosh? आपका सिर्फ 15 मिनट का है भरत. 4 hours and 1 hour भी शेयर करो उसके बाद. Okay, not prior to that. सिर्फ एक एक के लिए मैं नहीं करूंगा. अगर सीखना है पूरा प्रॉपर स्क्रीनिंग करो. स्क्रीनिंग के हिसाब से 4 hours 1 hour 15 minutes शेयर करो. सर यूट्यूब में कीजिए ना. व्हाट्सएप में सब हमें देखता ही नहीं हो. तुम व्हाट्सएप में क्यों भेज रहे हो? और एक बार शेयर कीजिए. अगर नहीं आया तो डेफिनेटली आई विल रीपोस्ट इट, मतलब मैं वर्षा से मांग के मैं बता दूंगा, बट और एक बार शेयर कर देना प्लीज। आप इज इक्वल टू सब मत लिखना, सिर्फ नंबर्स भेजना, ठीक है? आप इज इक्वल टू सब लिखोगे तो वो नहीं आएगा मेरे तक। It is following the setup and only going, no? तो वर्षा भरत का लेवल शेयर कर दो। ओके गाइस, लेट मी शोकेस यू वन मोर टाइम। कल से आप लोग शेयर करोगे, ओके? Please, from tomorrow you guys will do it. Today I am showcasing you what will be the levels. In 4 hours, do we have a reprojective structures of allocations? Yes, we do, right? So swing high will be this, swing low will be this, retracement will be this. स्विंग हाई ऑफ 4 आवर्स ये होगा, रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट का अलोकेशन, उसका लो पॉइंट ये होगा स्विंग लो, and retracement point will be this. Okay, this is for 4 hours. With the 4 hours, let's come down to 1 hour. With the 1 hour circumstances, what will be the next allocation point? ये movement spectrum का golden ratio hit हो चुकी है. So यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? Next step of action plan. The next step of action plan, what we'll be working on is in perspective of to the next swing. So in the next swing, what are the allocations that I'll be looking? The allocation point of swing high will be this, right? The same swing high will act. So with the swing high, the swing low will be this. With the swing low, retracement point will be this. So this is 1 hour, right? Post 1 hour, what are the next things that I'll be following? I'll be coming down to 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, what are the circumstances that I'll be following through? I'll be following through the allocations of each and every prospectual actions. In each and every prospectual actions, what are the major steps that I'll be taking under the consideration? The swing high will remain the same. This targets is it, so this will be my swing low. Okay, so with this swing low, the retracement will act as this. So iska target hamara hit ho chuka hai. So what will be the next step of action plan that I'll be considering? This will act as my swing high, this will act as my swing low, this will act as my retracement. Okay, so this is for gold. So with this, what we'll be doing, we'll be working on the BTC. In BTC, what are the circumstances that you'll be following through on a daily basis? Daily basis come down to 4 hours. 4 hours action plan. This will be your swing high. This will be your swing low. This will be your retracement. Okay. So this will be the plan of action one. With the plan of action one, what are the next steps that what are the next steps that we'll be looking over here? With this plan of actions, we'll move to 1 hour. with 1 hour circumstances, what are the allocation points that we will be looking? The allocation points will be same. This action plan will be a swing high. This will be your swing low. This will be your retracement point. With this plan of action, come down to 15 minutes. What are the 15 minutes plan of actions will be taken under the considerations? At the current stage of action plan, the plan of actions will be of this swing high. With this swing high, this will act as your swing low. With this swing low, this will be your retracement. Okay, swing high, swing low, and retracement. So these are the levels that you guys will be following for the mathematical precisions. Please do the math and let me know the levels. 230 pips running. 15 minutes, 3055, low 3036, retracement 3055. 3055. Wrong level allocations, भरत, गलत है वो, ठीक है? Please work on it. This is a wrong allocation what you have done. 15 minutes allocations should be looked from the previous point of action, correct? तो previous point of action से देखो, why are you looking prior to it? Revised BTC 15 minutes, 79,890, okay. Swing low, 71, 78,539, okay. Retracement, 79,681, okay. So what are the targets you are having? The targets you are having is 77,496. Hit हो चुकी है, beautiful. Next is intermediate, 76,980. 76,980 भी hit हो चुकी है. So what will be the next plan of action which will be taken under the consideration, Samarth? This will be your swing high. With this swing high, this will be your retracement point and swing low. This will be the plan of action. ये target hit हो चुका है, correct? So with that, next plan of execution will be taken under the consideration. Four-hour swing high, swing low, retracement. मेरा levels का गया. 4 hours. 4 hours swing high is at 3136. 3136. Okay, swing low is at 3078. गोल्ड का ही है ना? 3136. Okay, swing low is 3078. गलत है. Bharat, it's wrong. Swing 1 hour. Let's do it. 1 hour. In 1 hour circumstances, what are the locations? 316, 3136, 3136. Swing low 3095, 3095. So retracement 3111. गलत है. Please reallocate 1 hour. 1 hour is wrong of yours. Sajin, gold 1 hour. High 3135. Low 3078. Retracement 3136. Wrong. Reallocate Tajender. In BTC 1 hour, my swing high 84720. 84720. Okay. Swing low is 81659. 81659. Okay. Retracement point is 84620. 84620. You're wrong. Reallocate the structure. Nilesh. गलत हो reallocate करो. That swing target was hit ना. ये जो swing allocation है आपका 1 hour का, at this perspective, the target was hit here itself. So once the target is hit of golden ratio as well as intermediate ratio, we take the next swing, correct, Nilesh? रिवाइंड करके देख लो पंकज। तो किससे कौन सा ट्रेड में हो? बीटीसी में हो? गोल्ड में सुबह से लाइव में गोल्ड नहीं लिया हो। मेरे को प्रॉपर प्राइस एक्शन चाहिए। आई नीड ए प्रॉपर प्राइस एक्शन। ये 12 मिनट्स में यहाँ पे क्लोज होता है, नेक्स्ट कैंडल ड्रॉप आती है, देन आई विल लुक फॉर इट, नॉट प्रायर टू दैट। दैट विल बी माई एड ऑन क्वांटिटी। ओके, if we consider the high and low, then this is the swing available, and the next swing is completely inside of that. So for MC2 calculation, this swing should be independent, or my thinking is wrong here. Always remember, there should be a set procedure. What is set procedure? Set procedure matlab BTC में there is a follow through of volatility, correct? When there is a follow through of volatility, you should select the swings in the considerable movement only. Okay? So this is not a gold. Okay? So gold में क्या होता है? Okay, setback देता है, setback के साथ movement reallocate करता है, proper price action के साथ build करता है. In this, the volatility zone of action plan, what should be your major concern? It should always be a direct perpetual movements to the allocations of the MC calculation, right? Agar just for an example, you looked for an example of this perspective, right? So this is my allocation one. So in that allocation one, the target is hit, right? So with this target, what will you do? Okay, you have left. This is my golden ratio. This is my intermediate ratio. Market had gone down. With this movement action plan, market had come up. So the market will continue from this level. No, it doesn't work that way. So always the next mathematical calculation level will be taken under the consideration for the reallocation perspective. Okay. So always remember that. Beautiful, Anjali. Keep it up. Venkat VHS, correct? YVS. What do you say right now? So, as per your allocation perspective, what will be the action plotting? You could have exerted somewhere over here, keeping your SL over here, you're out. In the next candle, you will be out. So, always wait for the right opportunities. The target is still here, TP1 and TP2. Gold 15 minutes revised. तुम सब फोन में ही बैठ के कर रहे हो क्या समझ? Swing high 3087. 3087. Swing low 3027. Retracement 305. Target is 2953, 2930. Is it the right one, Samath, what you have shared? Yes, definitely it's as per me. But is it the right one? I shorted at 81, 823. गलत short किया. Their trade of execution was in running candle. Anyhow, that's totally fine. But that is not a right way to look at it. Right? When you look at the precisions, what should be the must? The setup needs to be must. With the setup only trade off allocations, आपका current MTSL point यहाँ पे होगा. Sorry, your system trailing will be at this point. Your MTSL will be here, 78,000. Not accurate. Great. Okay, so always remember, guys, what are the major things that you have to look? Execute the trades in an option of a setup. ये रनिंग कैंडल में अगर तुम्हारा ऑपोजिट जाता है इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन में 2081 823. Okay, 81 823 somewhere here in this candle, right? What is the SL range? 1000 points. What are you talking? अगर opposite में जाता तो low होता. Actually your execution point of this trade was at this range. यहाँ पे होती this candle. क्यों उस candle पे S to B1 setup है? With that point of action we have exact 4 points of SL जो कि हमें चाहिए था. And that is New York session exact 4 points. So that is how you should be looking for an execution, not in running candles, nothing as prospective of to the previous. Make sure going forward you don't repeat it. Okay, Pankaj? उस वक्त देख नहीं रहा था सर, जस्ट स्टॉप लिमिट ऑर्डर प्लेस किया था। लिमिट ऑर्डर यहाँ पे प्लेस किए थे। वाह, यहाँ पे लिमिट ऑर्डर आपको यहाँ पे प्लेस करना था, इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन पे। नो वरीज, मेक श्योर गोइंग फॉरवर्ड यू डोंट रिपीट इट, अभी हो चुका है। ठीक है, सर इन दिस चार्ट सेशंस प्लीज एक्सप्लेन वंस, मतलब चार्ट सेशंस मतलब क्या है? इन दिस चार्ट सेशंस को एक्सप्लेन करना है क्या रंजित? माई सेल्फ, वाई संतोष। माई सेल्फ बोलने से अच्छा है टीटीएस डिड इट, so very soon it will be on to all over the place, so we are getting the copyrights onto the same. Identify when session opens, how to react BTC. Morning 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock is Asian session. 11:30 to 5:30 is New York, sorry, London. 5:30 to morning 3 is New York. Right, उसमें भी न्यूयॉर्क में AM PM सेशन होता है. न्यूयॉर्क AM sessions will be from 5:30 to night 12, sorry, 11:30. 11:30 to 3 will be PM sessions. Structure identification is very simple. Liquidity videos देखो, S1 setup, S2 setup. These are the only two setups which market tends to work in every directional perspectives. कोई डाउट है क्या संतोष कि हमने आइडेंटिफाई किया है कि नहीं? Stream will be there for next 15 minutes. जो भी डाउट है जल्दी पूछ लो. नहीं नहीं स्मिता मैं मेरे को पूछना ही नहीं है. करना है करेंगे, नहीं करना है नहीं करेंगे. सीखने वाले सीखेंगे, दूसरे whatever the scenario is. लॉन्ग की तरफ में यहाँ पे इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं हो. बैंक निफ्टी में भी देख लो, निफ्टी में भी देख लो, अभी भी मार्केट में सेलिंग प्रेशर है. ओके, सो ये ट्रेड कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा थर्सडे तक. No plan of actions will be taken under the considerations towards the long till the time we don't get a buying pressure in the market. Am I clear over here? एक कैंडल ऊपर गया, एक कैंडल नीचे गया करके ऊपर नीचे करते रहोगे तो अकाउंट ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा. ये जो कैंडल ग्रीन कैंडल देखे हो ना ओपनिंग का, दैट इज नॉट बेयर्स ब्लॉकेशन. थोड़े लोग प्रॉफिट्स बुक किए एंड थोड़े लोगों का एम टू एम हुआ है उतना ही. So don't look in perspective of long at the current stage. In BTC, 4 hours after the high is made, 4 hours. After the high is made, then there is a small retracement, then the low is formed, then there is double the retracement. Then why didn't we consider the first small retracement for MCA2? Give me the number. Where exactly? Are you talking about in precisions of this perspective? This was already taken under the consideration. If you're talking about this perspective, this was also taken under the consideration. After that, if you're talking about this perspective, we have not taken under the consideration because that is a POI range. With the POI range, the next breakthrough was identified over here. So we have taken this calculation. From this calculation, we have taken this calculation. So only the point of interest ranges is not taken under the consideration, rest all is taken. अगर point of interest की range of allocation में हर एक जगह पे डालता रहूंगा, I will not get a spot. Spot in the sense my accuracy will come down to 90%. अगर next candle continuity में breakthrough के साथ आती है, we have a beautiful setup over here which was built through. In an hour, if you notice, we are having a threshold formation. Okay, so if this considerably takes a rejection in the next candle and continue 1 hour का next candle rejection लेके continue लेता है, then we can look for a rejection for 1000 points, not prior to that. Am I clear? Only in perspective of 1 hour allocation will be taking under the consideration, not prior to that. I am again saying you guys. No FOMO, no running candle executions. Just wait patiently. 1 घंटा लेता है, 2 घंटा लेता है, 3 घंटा लेता है, doesn't matter. Target hit होने तक बैठो. That's the only rule of the trading journey. Staying disciplined, staying consistency, staying patientfully and calmfully in the markets. एक कैंडल ऊपर गया लॉन्ग कर दिया, एक कैंडल नीचे आ गया क्लोज कर दिया. That is not trading. And majorly when you're looking in perspective of high risk reward trades, just for an example like an options, always remember of carrying the trades in swing, not in scalping. Most of the time the preference of the markets in options will be in the consolidation zones. So always remember one thing, never tend to lose the capital in the POI range. And in BTC, the market moves 4,000, 5,000 points. Why are you guys exiting in 100, 200 points? Wait, sit calmly, remove the fear from you. When you will be able to remove the fears, you will be able to remove the fears when you know exactly what to do in the markets. यहाँ से short करो, यहाँ से long करो. That is not trading. Trading is a proper mathematical precisions which is being followed. With that, a proper technical needs to be analyzed, not without that. You can ask it in live only, Santosh. Okay. Great job, Arundhatima. Okay, चलो. I'll do one more thing. आप लोगों को अभी भी confusion है. I will do the old method. I will use the calculator. With the calculator, I will use the analysis on the chart. Okay. So this will be for another 3 to 4 days only. After that, don't ask me again that ये करो वो करो. शाम से start करेंगे. Okay. And I'll make sure that each and every levels of mathematical precision is used in perspective of to the previous and showcase you how does it work. Okay, guys. So this will be there for only 3 to 4 days. Post that, you guys will be doing it by yourself. Is there any textbook you have written? I have not written textbooks, but I have written books. There are two books which I have written, and the third book India में अभी तक launch नहीं हुआ. The book names are The Crypto World, The Unbreakable, and the next book is Zero to $1 Million. The Wealth, the blueprint to the wealth. And blueprint to the wealth, which will be launching very soon in India. Other continents is being released, but Indian continents not yet. Indian subcontinent को launch नहीं हुआ. Okay. Go to Amazon, just put my name, you will find the books. NITESH space PAWAR. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. किसके लिए थैंक यू बोलो? The 0 to 1 million is not at launch for Indian subcontinents. That will be launching soon because taxonomies of Indian readers is simple English, right? That is getting changed. So Europe it's launched, UK it's launched. Beautiful guys. Lovely. I said you know, Nilesh, yes, we have to. Each and every perspectives. Beautiful guys. So जिनको भी नहीं पता है BTC हम स्क्रीनिंग करने से पहले ही बोले थे कि यहाँ पे रिटेलर्स को ट्रैप करने वाला है हमारा TP1 ऑलमोस्ट हिट होने वाली है एट 76,000 गुड जॉब गाइस जो भी ट्रेड में है वेल एंड गुड जो भी रिटेलर्स के जैसे ट्रैप हुए सॉरी फॉर यू गाइस एंड अगर कोई नोटिस किया है रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन भी हमने अलोकेट करके रखा था नो वरीज निलेश दैट्स टोटली फाइन ब्यूटीफुली डन ब्यूटीफुली एग्जीक्यूटेड वेल डन बॉयज पंकज एमटीएसएल को लेके आके 77,600 पे रखो सिस्टम ट्रेलिंग को लेके आके 78,400 पे रखो दिस इज हाउ सिंपल द ट्रेडिंग इज द ओनली थिंग यू नीड इज पेशेंस 2,200 points in ID. Great. Beautiful Smita ma'am. Beautiful Srinivas sir. Beautiful Venkateshwar sir. Great Faiza. Keep it up. Venkat YBS अगर स्क्रीन पे हो hope you got my point. भाई अभी रिजेक्शन नहीं हुआ है, वेट करो. Targets are till 68,000. This will also run in your swing, okay? डेफिनेटली लिक्विडिटी हंट हुआ है. जो जो रिटेलर्स प्रीवियस स्विंग को लेके लिक्विडिटी करके बैठ रहे थे ना, इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन पे रिवाइंड करके देख लेना. स्विंग के टाइम पे हमने क्लियरली बोला था इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन में ऑन ए डेली टाइम फ्रेम कि लोग यहाँ से सब लॉन्ग करने वाले हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सपोर्ट. बट वैसे होने वाला नहीं है. सो जो आप 1 आवर में जो त्रिशूल बन रहा है उसके हिसाब से वो 1 आवर का कैंडल क्लोजिंग के बाद बोल रहे हैं. Okay, should I carry forward this as well in the swing? Yes. I missed S2B1 setup in gold. So can we consider it in the next execution? Next execution draw out through. The next demand will act as in the procedures. नेक्स्ट प्रोसीजर अलोकेशन के साथ सप्लाई जनरेट होते हुए जब दिखेगा उसके साथ S2B1 अलोकेशन देके चलना, उससे पहले नहीं. Am I clear? So on the closure of TP1, the next plan of action will be TP2, which is our 200%. Why 200%? If you notice, this is a two-line break. Break 1, break 2. So 150% का target hit होने के बाद the next plan of action is always 200%. जो कि हमारा 75-200 will act as next demand range. With the demand range of allocation यहाँ पे आपको supply build होते हुए दिखेगी. सप्लाई बिल्ड ऑफ एक्शन कितना होगा? जो हमारा प्रीवियस सप्लाई अलोकेशन है वही यहाँ पे फिर से रिएक्ट करते हुए दिखेगा. रिएक्ट तभी देखेंगे जब अलोकेशन ऑफ बाइंग प्रेशर्स आएंगे, उससे पहले नहीं. अगर बाइंग प्रेशर जनरेट होता है तो इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन तक रिट्रेस होके फिर से फॉल कंटिन्यू. अगर यहाँ पे रिएक्शन ऑफ बाइंग प्रेशर नहीं आती है देन कंटिन्यूटी इन द मार्केट फॉर द नेक्स्ट अलोकेशन पॉइंट. Okay, where is the next allocation point in this perspective? The next allocation point will be taken under the consideration of this. So this will be your next point of interest, जो कि हमारा 200%. Okay, guys. सबका MTSL 76,500 पे रख लो. System trailing will be at 78,000. $2,600 running in ID, which will be more to swing. Great. Beautiful, guys. Always remember, execute the trades fearlessly in the directions of the market with following the right risk to reward. Control on your emotions. जीतने से खुशी मनाना, हारने से दुखी हो जाना is not the quality of the trader. Make sure be in the directions of the math. Be patientful. Execute the trades calmly. Sit calmly till the targets are hit. Don't panic and execute the trades in running candles and impatient full trades. Do the back testing for all the new members, then the relay bar forward testing for 1.5 years, then 1 month of live analysis, then come with a small value to understand and build the confidence on the setup. Post that, come with the real value. With the real value, follow the risk to reward and execute the trades. Don't panic, don't overtrade, control on your amount that you have deployed, make sure to protect it. With that plan of actions, मिलते हैं शाम पे, तब तक के लिए टेक केयर, बाय बाय, नितेश साइनिंग ऑफ.